Hi guys, this is ADC back from the Christmas holidays. In this video I will go through 4 cards, so 4 focus on in the same video. Let's start with Mad Claus, the special EX release for Christmas. Mad Claus is a beast. He has this unique skill set, the strangest skill set I've ever seen in this game. So first skill, 1 red, strength plus 50 and plus 100 for each blue dice. 2 reds, shock 500 and plus 300 for every blue dice again. And the third skill, 3 red dices, hit 400 plus 600 for each yellow dice, and also 200 of strength base. So he is a berserker, a human berserker mercenary. So that's a really particular hero. He has a lot of strange roles. I will not go through them. This video will be as short as possible, so I will not go through every skill, but I will say this: Claus is really strong and reliable. He has a lot of good rolls. He is always around 2600, 2400, even at 2800 with this strange roll, hammers saying hallelujah. That's really easy to obtain. 4 reds, 1 blue and 1 sword. It's really simple. So he is really versatile. He has a lot of unmodifiable damage out count, so he is really good against minus damage. He also is really good against death stare, since his strength is enormous. He is really a beast with powder, so a lot of usage for Mad Claus here. Is a really strong hero. Is one of my favorites of all time, maybe, and surely my favorite card of the month, and maybe one of the my favorite of all time. So he's really good. He's peculiar, he is unique, and he is also really reliable. So as strange as it seems, the full reds choice here is not so convenient, since it's not so strong. So he has a lot of colored dice rolls that are way better than the full red option. So he has a lot of pros. As for his pros, outstanding potential, can freely shift most of his damage to either swords, shocks or hits, so he's really versatile. And also, I will add to that his reliability, that's over the top. As for his cons, mortally vulnerable to Smite and Scarab. Scarab is really powerful against him, and also Smite, as Smite 3 can wreck Mad Claus completely because of his first skill here. Dodge and Bulwark can immensely reduce his output, unless you decide to go full shock, of course. And also another cons, maybe he has not so much synergies, since he is a human berserker mercenary, so he does not benefit from any guild related bonuses, and also he does not synergize with Astria, so he can synergize with Artezil, maybe for the critics, or with Powder, as I said before. Maybe Ursid, Ursid can give him Berserk, but Mad Claus doesn't really need that. He has already an enormous strength count, so not so useful. And also, he can benefit very well from Gakusha. That's really a good choice, Gakusha, for the Mad Claus team. So he is a powerful standalone, a true metagame card. He is everywhere in the metagame right now. You can find him in the Top Master League, in the Champion League, in the Gold League. Everyone are playing Mad Claus, so he's really strong. I love him. As for Lady Beenle, Lady Beenle was the last Ice Elf Eric released. He is a mercenary Ice Elf priest. As for first skill, red and yellow, Icy Blessing 100. That's really interesting. That was an ability we didn't have with ice before, so that's useful. Her second skill is the True Strength, Icy Shock 300. That's a really high cost efficiency skill. This Icy Shock is over the top with an icy count, so Lady Beenle synergizes well with King Himrian, and also with Cochrane Elite. Blizzard is suboptimal, but can provide another ice or two that are really useful for this shock here. And also her third skill is quite peculiar, and a specific counter, Icy Smite 2 and Dodge 1. That's a pretty specific counter against heavy sword users and powder users. So Lady Beenle is not as good as a standalone as, for example, Lelise maybe, but she is a really good counter. She counters very well strength-based heroes and powder heroes, and also she is really strong with ice and yeah, with icy buff like the one from King Himrim. So really good. She has a lot of her output is due to unmodifiable outputs, so unmodifiable skills, blessing and shock are unmodifiable, so that's really good against minus damage heroes. So hate will hate her. Yeah, a bad joke. So Lady Beenle is really good. As for her output, is not so high, but she has a lot of potential, and also she has this late dodge count and this synergy with ice. So she can really shine in an icy environment, even if her output is not so big. But as you can see, she is around 2,400, 2,000, yeah, 2,400, 2,200 here. Yeah, you can say that she's around 2,400 in a good scenario, with 1 or 2 or 3 maybe even dodges in the late game. So those dodges are going to be wasted if you're not against an heavy hitter, an heavy sword user. So Lady Beenle requires a bit of careful matchup, but she is good overall. So as for her pros, she is incredibly effective hero against strength user and late damage dealers. Of course, she is consistent, and she shines very well in an icy environment. As cons, her blessing is somewhat prone to overhealing. Yeah, having a icy blessing count so high in the first slot can provide a bit of overhealing on turn 2, especially if Lady Beenle is in attack. So you probably want to use Lady Beenle as a defensive hero. She is better overall in defense, and that's typical of healing heroes, so that's normal. Also, she is vulnerable to spell breakers, and her dodge needs a bit of planning, a bit of careful matchup to really shine and be useful. So a really good card, not not so strong as Claus. Claus was a true metagame card. Lady Beenle is not so meta right now, but I will bet that this week the Icy Elves patch will come out, and I think Lady Beenle will be really pumped up by this patch. So I expect Lady Beenle to be metagame in a week at least. So really good card. In this December and January month, we had good cards every time. So there was not a single card I didn't like. So really appreciate Eric's job. He is he's shining right now. So Helena was the EX of this week. She is a pirate human marauder with a touch of ice. That's uncommon and maybe a bit not so useful, but who cares? It's simple, and it can be used in a nice environment. So why not? I don't know. So as for the first skill, the core skill of her set, backstab 140, and opponent powder 1. So that's pretty interesting, since Helena has not a sword trigger. So if you want to use her powder, you should carefully choose dices. You should choose swords with Helena sometimes. But this powerful backstab with a single dice is really useful in the metagame. Helena was in the metagame since since yesterday maybe, so she is really strong and really useful. Second skill, red and blue, two times lightning 250. That's standard multi-hit lightning multi-hit that provides some synergy with Astria, of course. And then this peculiar red and yellow icy hit, 200 multiplied for each red. That's peculiar not only for its icy nature, but also for this red multiplier that's typical of nods. As you can see, Helena has a bit of nods in her artwork, so that's peculiar hero. As for her perfect rolls here, she is around 2,300, 2,400 on average. She is not so strong as a standalone hero, but she is really useful due to her first skill, and also very versatile. So she synergizes well with a lot of buffers. Of course, she synergizes with Captain Al Kilcrew, Ikaraste, of course, Astria Bloodsword, Gemini, Lady Elite, Cochrane, Himir. So she has a lot of potential, and she is not, of course, she is not a standalone card, but she is a true metagame card. In every team that uses plus damage or bonuses to Marauders or Strength users, she will be really useful. So very good. She counters Maldorets and Kitsana, so she's the main reason why today I saw very few times Maldorets in the metagame. I think Maldorets is a bit out of the metagame right now because of Helena and because of a sudden return of Bordertron in the Master League. So, but Helena is really good and really useful against those kind of heroes, Kitsana in the first place. Very unique skill set, of course, that can shine in different situations, consistent performance, and a lot of potential as a counter for strength users. Cons, potentially vulnerable to backstab, of course, vulnerable to terror, and also her output is not so great compared to Mad Claus, for example, or other strong heroes. So she is a very tactical hero. She will require careful planning, but she will shine while buffed. So find Helena in the chests or buy her, because she is really useful, and you will see her in the metagame for the month, for this month, of course. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, so forgive me for my bad English, but that's we are right now at 1 o'clock after midnight, so that's okay. The fourth card, the Shadow. The Shadow is the Monday release of today. A really strange hero. I didn't see her coming. Seems like this new release cycle will feature Nihantist and Gwemlites, maybe. So that's good. So first skill, single yellow, critical 1 and strength plus 130. So this critical stack is pretty common in this kind of heroes. It's a good skill because she synergizes very well with the second and third skill, and also this strength buff can be used in a variety of situations, and also provides stability when you roll swords. Second skill, double red, fireball 419 and opponent strength minus 70. This is a really powerful combo. I didn't see I hadn't seen Fireball combined with opponent strength minus something since really since that pirate Sibel. Sibel was, yeah, as you can see. Sibel was a pirate. Yeah, here she is. She was a powerful pirate back in the day. She had this combination of fireball and minus strength, very useful, and the shadow is even better. So she is very very useful. And also this single blue dice death stare 600. After Chantelane, Eric has pulled out of the closet this death stare, and I'm really happy about it. It's a really cool feature, a cool skill. I like it, and that's really high cost efficiency and also really flexible. So I enjoyed it, and also the strength base of 130. As for her perfect roll, she has a lot of perfect rolls. She has not an outstanding output, but she is really versatile, and also she has a lot of minus damage, and this opponent strength is useful in the meta game. So as always, this kind of heroes are not so powerful in raw numbers, but they are really useful. And also the shadow has this peculiar flexibility. She can perform well with strange roles like this 3 yellow and 3 swords with 3000 damage. That's incredible. She can be strong in powder based deck. She's strong with Dakiza, even if that critical is a bit an overkill, but that's always good. Another critical. She can shine with Anriena, of course, with powder users because of this third skill. With Gakusha, of course, riposte is suboptimal. Yeah, of course, but yeah. As for her pros, she is very strong. She has a very strong double hindering nature. That's her feature, the core feature. She can bring cohesion to maybe future Gremlin decks with maybe Carfax. That was a good hero. She is especially effective. She has high flexibility over yellow, blues, and swords. Of course, she is not so flexible with reds. So uneven reds can be really detrimental to her performance, and you don't want to roll 3 reds for sure. Dodge can soak up a lot of her damage, of course, as she is vulnerable to smite and to spell break, to early spell breakers. So Inquisitor will wreck her, and also Lily is in the right situation, and Malderets, of course. Even if she has this opponent strength minus 70, that maybe could be a problem for Malderets. So I will really recommend you to buy the Shadow. She's really worth those 5,000, 5,000, I don't know the name, crystals, yeah, maybe. And she's really cool. She has a great artwork, and I think she will open up to some really cool possibilities with Carfax and other Gremlins. So, as for today, I will close the video here. I will return to my usual programmation with a video on Monday and a video on maybe Friday or Saturday. It depends on my schedule, and also I will be doing a lot of new videos in the following weeks, some gameplays, and maybe a special release video for the incoming Elves patch. As for today, ADC is out and is back in the business.